This video is for educational purposes only. We are allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardinis, to use this as educational material. Our topic is all about the Asian regionalism. The objectives for this topic are: differentiate between regionalization and globalization. Second, identify the factors leading to a greater integration of the Asian region and analyze how different Asian states confront the challenges of globalization and regionalization. What is Asian regionalism? First, to know what is Asian regionalism, I want you guys to know what is regionalism first. So, regionalism refers to a political ideology or movement that prioritizes the interest of a particular region or group of regions within a larger political entity, such as a nation or state. It often involves advocating for greater autonomy or independence for the region in areas such as economic policy, cultural identity, or governance. Regionalism can manifest in various forms, including regional economic integration, cultural preservation, efforts or demands for political decentralization. Going back, what is Asian regionalism? Asian regionalism refers to the process of cooperation and integration among countries in Asian region. It involves the establishment of organizations, agreements, and initiatives aimed to promote economic, political, and social cooperation among Asian nations. Examples include the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which is the ASEAN, the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, or SAIRC, and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or SCO.
Good day everyone, I am Engine Cadet Dea, and I will be discussing about why is there an Asian regionalism. So first, Asian regionalism refers to the process of countries in Asia coming together to cooperate and integrate economically, politically, or culturally. There are several reasons for emergence of Asian regionalism. Firstly, geopolitical dynamics. Asia is a diverse and populous continent with various geopolitical interests. Regionalism can help manage conflicts and promote stability by fostering cooperation among countries. And second, economic interdependence. Asian countries recognize the benefits of economic integration, such as increased trade, investment, and access to larger markets. Regional economic arrangements like ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, APEC, Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation, and RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, facilitate this integration. Third, security concerns. Many Asian countries face common security challenges such as territorial disputes, terrorism, and non-traditional security threats like natural disasters and pandemics. Regional cooperation allows them to address these challenges collectively, promote stability, and ensure the safety and well-being of their citizens. And fourth, cultural and historical ties. Asian countries share a rich cultural heritage and historical connections. Regionalism provides a platform for preserving and promoting their cultural diversity, heritage, and traditions. It also fosters people to people exchanges, tourism, and cultural cooperation, which can strengthen mutual understanding and friendship among nations. And lastly, global power shift. The rise of Asian economies, particularly China, India, has led to a reconfiguration of global power dynamics. Asian regionalism allows these countries to assert themselves on the global stage and shape regional and international norms and institutions. So, in overall, Asian regionalism reflects the complex interplay of political, economic, security, and cultural factors shaping the continent's regional dynamics. That's all for me.
What is an example of regionalism? Regionalism is a concept that refers to a strong sense of local identity and pride within a specific geographical region. An example of regionalism could be seen in the food, music, dialect, or traditions unique to a particular area. An example of regionalism is the distinct dialect found across different regions of a country, such as the various accents and vocabulary differences between people from New York and those from Texas in the United States. Another example of regionalism is cuisine, where certain dishes or ingredients are specific to a particular region. For instance, jumbo is associated with Louisiana in the United States, while poutine is especially of Quebec in Canada. Additionally, architectural style can also exhibit regionalism, with distinct features and materials reflecting to the story or culture and climate of specific area.
Good day everyone, I'm Engine Cadet Alventine and today I will be discussing about the advantages and disadvantages of regionalism. So regionalism in Asia presents specific advantages and disadvantages. So these are the advantages. First, which is the economic integration. So regionalism facilitates economic integration through initiatives like free trade agreements and regional economic blocs such as ASEAN and APEC. It promotes trade, investment, and regional prosperity. The next one is the political stability. So by fostering cooperation and dialogue among neighboring countries, regionalism can contribute to political stability and conflict resolution, reducing tensions and promoting peace in the region. The next one is the infrastructure development. So regional projects and initiatives can spur an infrastructure development such as transportation, networks, and energy pipelines and enhancing connectivity and facilitating trade and investment flows. The last one is the cultural exchange, wherein regionalism encourages cultural exchange and understanding among diverse Asian cultures, fostering social cohesion and mutual respect. Next is disadvantages. First is the historical tensions. So, historical rivalries and territorial disputes among some Asian countries can hinder regional cooperation and integration efforts, which is leading to distrust and conflict. The next one is the power imbalance. Power imbalance regionalism may exacerbate power imbalances, with larger and more economically powerful countries dominating regional institutions and decision-making processes, potentially marginalizing smaller or less developed nations. The next one is the security concerns. So, while regional cooperation can enhance security, though mechanisms like mutual defense agreements, it can also create security dilemmas it perceives as threatening by neighboring countries, leading to arms races and heightened tensions. And the last one is sovereignty concerns. Some countries may view regional tensions, integration as a threat to their sovereignty, and national identity, resisting initiatives that entail ceding authority to supranational bodies or sacrificing autonomy in decision making. So, navigating these challenges requires a careful diplomacy, dialogue, and cooperation among Asian countries to harness the benefits of regionalism while addressing its potential drawbacks and ensuring that all members benefit from regional integration efforts.
Now let's talk about the factors of regionalism. Political differences. If certain regions consistently support a particular political party or ideology, they may feel marginalized or disconnected if the national government pursues policies that do not align with their preferences. This can lead to a sense of regional identity and solidarity based on shared political beliefs and interests, fostering regionalism. And now the cultural diversity. If regions with distinct cultural identities, tradition, languages, and customs may develop strong regional identities that foster a sense of belonging and solidarity among residents. This cultural diversity can lead to regional pride and a desire to preserve and promote unique cultural heritage, which in turn can fuel regionalism. The other one factor is linguistic and ethnic diversity. Ethnic diversity can lead to tension and conflicts between groups, particularly if there are historical grievances or competition for resources or political party. This contention can reinforce ethnic identities and lead to emergence of regionalism as groups seek to protect their interests and assert their cultural autonomy. The other one, leadership and mobilization. Regional leaders, whether political, cultural, or community figures, can articulate and amplify the concerns and desires of the region's inhabitants, advocating for regional interests and autonomy. Through effective communication, organization, and strategic alliance, these leaders can mobilize support for regionalist movements and initiatives. And for the external influences, globalization, media, and cultural exchanges can introduce external cultural norms, values, and ideologies that influence regional identities and aspiration. Cultural or ideological affinity with certain external factors, movements may inspire regionalist sentiments or influence the goals and strategies of regionalist movements. Geographical factors, climate patterns, and environmental conditions can influence the livelihoods and lifestyle of people in different regions. Regions facing similar environmental challenges such as droughts, floods, and deforestation may form alliances or movements to address shared concerns, fostering regional cooperation and identity. And for the economic factors, economic disparities. Regions facing economic disparities may perceive themselves as being neglected or exploited by the central government or wealthier regions, leading to a sense of injustice and a desire for greater autonomy or control over resources. This can fuel regionalist movements seeking to address economic grievances and advocate for policies to promote economic development and redistribute the wealth. And the question is, what is the new regionalism? The new regionalism refers to a contemporary phenomenon characterized by the growing importance of regional cooperation and integration in a globalized world. Unlike traditional forms of regionalism, which often focused on political or security alliances, new regionalism emphasizes economic integration across borders, cooperation, and governance beyond the nation-state level.
Good day everyone, I am Engine Cadet Giovanna and today I'm going to talk about how regionalization affects globalization. So regionalization refers to the process of dividing the world into separate regions based on various factors such as geography, culture, politics, and economics. This can happen through the formation of regional blocks, agreements, or organizations that promote cooperation and integration within a specific geographical area. So, regionalization can have a significant impact on globalization, which refers to the interconnectedness and interdependence of economies and cultures worldwide. So, here's how regionalization affects globalization. So first, trade and economic integration. Regional trade agreements such as the EU or the European Union, North American Free Trade Agreement or NAFTA, or Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, promote economic cooperation and integration among member countries. So this can lead to increased trade volumes, investment flows, and economic growth within the region. So example, so the EU has created a single market with a common currency, which is the euro. So among its member states, leading to the free movement of goods, service, capital, and people within the region. So this deep level of economic integration has both positive and negative effects on globalization, as it strengthens regional ties, but may also create barriers for non-member countries. So next is cultural exchange and identity. So regionalization can foster cultural exchanges and the development of regional identities. This can occur through shared languages, traditions, and histories among neighboring countries. Example, Latin America has a shared cultural heritage due to its history of colonization by European powers and indigenous influences. Regional organizations like the Union of South American Nations aim to promote cultural cooperation and integration among Latin American countries, contributing to a sense of regional identity within the continent. So next is political cooperation and stability. Regionalization often lead to increased political cooperation and stability within a specific geographic area. Regional organizations may work together to address common challenges such as security threats, environmental issues, or migration. Example, the African Union promotes peace, security, and stability on the African continent through conflict resolution mechanisms, peacekeeping operations, and economic cooperation. By fostering political unity and cooperation among African nations, the AU contributes to regional stability and enhances Africa's role in the global arena. So, next is the competition and regional blocks. Regionalization can create competition between different regional blocks and trading groups. So this competition can influence global trade patterns, economic policies, and geopolitical dynamics. Like for example, the Trans-Pacific Partnership and the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership are two competing regional trade agreements in the Asia-Pacific region. These agreements involve different sets of countries and aim to establish trade rules and standards within the region. The competition between the TPP and RCEP reflects broader geopolitical tensions and economic interest in the Asia-Pacific region, ultimately shaping globalization dynamics. So overall, regionalization plays a complex role in the process of globalization, influencing economic, cultural, political, and social interactions among countries and regions worldwide. So that's all.
So, regionalism in the Philippines refers to the strong attachment and identification of individuals with their respective regions, often leading to a sense of pride, loyalty, and sometimes rivalry among regions. This phenomenon is deeply rooted in the country's diverse cultural, linguistic, historical, and geographical makeup. One prominent example of regionalism is the rivalry between Metro Manila and National Capital Region and other provinces or regions, Metro Manila being the center of government commerce and culture, often receives preferential treatment in terms of infrastructure development and allocation of resources. This perceived bias can fuel resentment and foster a sense of marginalization among people from other regions. Furthermore, regionalism manifests in politics as politicians often appeal to regional sentiments to garner support. Political dynasties that dominate certain regions can perpetuate regionalistic tendencies by prioritizing the interests of their constituents over national welfare. So, despite the potential for divisiveness, regionalism also serves as a source of cultural richness and diversities in the Philippines. Each region boasts its own heritage, folklore, festivals, and culinary delights, contributing to the vibrant tapestry of Filipino culture. So, efforts to address regional disparities and promote national unity have been ongoing, including the implementation of decentralization policies to empower local government and promote equitable development across regions. So,
So, regionalism refers to the process of countries or groups of countries within a particular geographic region coming together to pursue common goals, address shared challenges, and enhance cooperation. So, this can involve economic, political, social, or cultural integration among neighboring nations. So, it also regionalism focuses on strengthening ties and collaboration within a specific geographical area such as Southeast Asia or Europe. So in globalization, on the other hand, is the process of increasing interconnectedness and interdependence among countries and peoples worldwide. So it involves the exchange of goods, services, information, technology, culture, and ideas. So across national borders, so it facilitated by advances in communication, transportation, and trade. Unlike regionalism, so globalization transcends geographical boundaries and encompasses interactions and relationships on a global scale. So in terms of nature, regionalism, the European Union's efforts to establish environmental policies and regulation specific to the European region, such as the European Green Deal, aim of the addressing climate change and promoting sustainability within the member countries. So in globalization, so international agreements and initiatives like the Paris Agreements, where countries from around the world come together to address the global environmental challenges like climate change on a worldwide. In terms in markets, so in regionalism, so the North American Free Trade Agreement or NAFTA, which aim to reduce trade barriers and promote economic integrations between the United States, Canada, and Mexico, creating a regional trading bloc. And in terms in globalization, the World Trade Organization oversees global trade rules and negotiations, facilitating the exchange of goods and services among countries worldwide beyond regional boundaries. So in terms in cultures, so regionalism, the association of the Southeast Asian nations or ASEAN, promoting cultural exchanges and collaboration among member countries through initiatives like the Asian Cultural Heritage Digital Archive Project. So in globalization, so the spread of American fast food chains like McDonald's and KFC to various countries around the world. So it leading to the globalization of food, culture, and adoption of Western eating habits in societies. In terms in technology, so regionalism, the European Space Agency or ESA, collaboration among European countries developing and launching satellites for various purposes including telecommunications, Earth observation and navigation. So in globalization, the development and the proliferations of the internet and social media platforms connecting people across the globe and facilitating the exchange of informations, ideas, and digital content without regard for regional borders. So in terms of aid, in regionalism, in terms of aid typically involves a countries within a specific geographic region coming together to address common challenges or provide assistance to one another. So this can involve initiatives like a regional development banks or a mutual aid agreements among neighboring countries. So on the other hand, in globalization, so in terms of aid refers to the interconnectedness of economies and the flow of aid across borders. So often facilitated by an international organization such as the United Nations or the World Bank, and globalization allows for aid to be sourced from and distributed to various parts of the world based on need rather than the strictly within regional boundaries. So, in coordination and governance, so in regionalism often involves more direct coordination among member states within the region. So with regional organization or agreements governing the distribution and utilization of aid. So in globalization involves a more complex network of international organization, treaties, and agreements that govern the flow of aid across the globe. So in terms of focus and priorities, so in regionalism allows member states to prioritize issues that are of particular importance to the region such as infrastructure, development, regional security, or economic integrations. So in globalization, while also addressing regional concerns often emphasizes broader global challenges such as poverty, alleviation, healthcare, and environmental sustainability. So thank you.